Sorry if you hear me chewing on something. It's just a cough drop.
Prepare them. Guide them to me.
Was that the Lord Seeker?
Where? I do not hear anything.
Oh, lovely. A demonic voice that only I can hear. Well, I am a mage.
You will be so much more. I would know you.
Hold on.
Show me what you are.
Idiot! Should have used some tactics. Well fought. I don't know what's happening. All the officers have been turned into those things.
Nice to know that you're on our side. But then again, you don't have red lyrium in you, so... The corruption is taking hold now. What doesn't hurt is numb. Head's all foggy, but the scientist in me can't help but describe what this feels like. My body is breaking down. The fingernails were the first to go. I started to itch all over, and when I scratched, they peeled back. Clumps of hair fell away, and then clumps of flesh. I hear a song in my head. It's deafening. The most beautiful thing I've ever heard, but I don't hear it with my ears. It's in my brain. A blissful sound. It must be the call for which the Darkspawn yearn. This must be the call for which... This must be the call. What causes them to dig so feverishly? I'd still rather die. Suppose that's something. Marion, I'm getting the same headaches, but everyone on the red stuff says that they pass. You'll feel stronger before long. I finally beat Sergeant Pollen during sparring yesterday. Twice! The look on his face. I hear they're increasing rations for anyone on red lyrium. Let's practice together tomorrow. I need to train with someone who can keep pace. Venner. And this is when I would want to be able to turn to Varric and be like, hey, so look at this. Red lyrium, pal. Because you know Varric would want to know about that. Why wouldn't he? I believe that was the courtyard we were in earlier. And now there's basically a civil war amongst the Templars between those who are not corrupted by red lyrium and those who are. Just trying to remember how exactly to get up here. Maybe it was in there. No, maybe not. Maybe I had to go up here and then jump across. No, that doesn't make sense. There's no way to jump across over there. Hold on. Maybe we go this way instead? Yep. Silly me. I was thrown off by this over here. It's barred, okay. Hello, hold on. There's no way to reach that over there, is there? No? Nothing over here. Nothing over here. Let's try this again. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Somehow I did not notice this big doorway right here. Derp. I'm sure some of you who probably know exactly where to go were probably yelling at the screen going, "It's over there, you idiot!" I deserve that. As I've said before, I find any of the builds, whether it's lightning, ice, fire, for mage, to be perfectly fine. I just like how lightning works and looks in this game. But if you want to focus on fire or ice, absolutely. I play a mage in Warcraft. I know exactly what that's like, you know, kind of messing around with the different specs, seeing which one you like the most. I get it.
The Herald of Andraste, it's time we became better acquainted.
Not sure I actually want to get acquainted with the likes of you.
Come, show me what kind of woman you really are.
You know one of the things I like about Inquisition more than, say, Andromeda? It has a quick save button. I'm sorry, I'm never letting that go. The fact that the developers of Andromeda overlooked something as simple and important as a quick save function and button just still boggles me to this day. Now this is where things get interesting. So, yeah. Looks like we were dragged into the Fade. Notice the red lyrium.
Is this shape useful? Will it let me know you? Everything tells me about you. So will this. Watch.
unique mage dialogue option.
Are you trying to tempt me or copy me? Are you trying to copy me?
Being you will be so much more interesting than being the Lord Seeker. Do you know what the Inquisition can become? You'll see. When I'm done, the Elder One will kill you and ascend. Then I will be you.
Believe it or not, this actually makes more sense to me with if you're playing as a mage compared to the other two classes. The fact that we can immediately recognize this is a demon and that this is a very likely and common thing to happen to mages.
I saw through your game. What else do you think you can gain?
You are under the mistaken impression that I require consent. Every reaction, every protest is an answer. Lori is coming, and the Elder One wants you to serve him like everyone else, by dying in the right way.
Keep talking, then.
I am not your toy. I am Envy, and I will know you. Tell me, Herald, in your mind. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you feel. Tell me what you see.
So, you're probably also wondering, wait a minute. We had Dorian offer to help us. Who do we get to help us here? Well, how many of you remember... Also, some of the images here, check this out. The beginning of the game where they had us captured.
One chance to make peace between the mages and Templars, and now it's over. You're lying!
Our enemies have surrendered unconditionally.
The Inquisition's strength rivals any kingdom in Thedas.
Our reach begins to match my ambition, but we will strive for more. Is imitating what you can't have your only pleasure, demon?
Accusing. Trying to find my weakness. Is that the woman you are?
Can I just say I really like the use of the voice acting and also the effects for the voices in this section. It's a combination of the demon voice along with the Lord Seeker's voice, you heard that there. Plus, notice how they also use the voice actor that you chose for your character as well. So imagine each of the voice actors for the protagonists we play, the four of them, had to do these different versions of the demon playing them, which I think is really cool.
Were you in earnest when you chose the people's flag for the standards? For when I am you, the people will never forget what you do to them.
How quickly the Inquisition's influence has spread. Kings and queens seek out its counsel.
Notice how that's the throne that we get later on in Skyhold. The default one, anyway.
Who would stand against us when the Inquisition commands nations? No one wise.
When the Chantry fell, we despaired. The Herald of Andraste brought us free. Stand off. The Herald saved all of us. Our army could tear down a kingdom.
No force matches ours for strength.
Okay, how the heck do I get past this? I think I gotta... Do I gotta destroy that stuff over there? Can I jump over it? Yeah, there we go.
Do you see how glorious my Inquisition will be after you die at the hands of the Elder One?
You're hurting, helpless, hasty. What happens to the hammer when there are no more nails?
What are you? Get out! This is my place!
Envy's dogma. A whisper followed out of a dream, a beckoning thread of power. At the end of it, a figure, crowned in imperial red, seen through a tear in the air, the Elder One demanding servitude with an offer impossible to resist. Leader of the Seekers, commander of knights, Lord Seeker Lucius Corrin, master of Templars. So yeah, the Seeker we saw in Val Royale was this thing the whole time. All part of the plan.
Wait.
Also, you caught that voice, right? Do you recognize that voice?
Envy is hurting you. Mirrors on memories. A face it can feel but not fake. I want to help. You, not Envy.
Who are you? I've seen you before, have I?
I've been watching. I'm Cole. We're inside you. Or I am. You're always inside you.
Hey, Cole.
It's easy to hear, harder to be a part of what you're hearing. But I'm here, hearing, helping, I hope. Envy hurt you, is hurting you. I tried to help, then I was here, in the hearing. It's not usually like this.
None of what you said makes sense.
I was watching. I watch. Every Templar knew when you arrived. They were impressed, but not like the Lord Seeker.
The Lord Seeker is an envy demon. It wants to be me.
Yes. It twisted the commanders, forced their fury, their fight. They're red inside. Anyway, you're frozen. Envy is trying to take your face. I heard it and reached out. And then in. And then I was here.
How is my body frozen back in the waking world?
Thoughts are fast. We're here. Outside, a blade is still falling, hanging in the air like a sunset.
If no time's passing, does that mean I'm safe?
No. It would be good if you got out.
No, what it means is either you or the demon will be resuming time controlling that body of yours.
So you're a spying phantom who accidentally enters minds? That says spirit to me.
If it bothers you, I can make you forget. That helps. No. You need all of you right now to fight. Maybe later.
All right, Cole. If you really want to help, how do I get out?
It's your head. I hoped you'd know how to stop it.
Well, I don't.
All of this is envy. People, places, power. If you keep going, envy stretches. It takes strength to make more. Being one person is hard. Being many, too many, more and more, and envy breaks down. You break out.
So if we keep moving in my head, we tire envy into submission.
Maybe. I hope it helps. It's more than sitting here waiting to lose your face. This way. Ideas are loud here. Make them louder. Think of water.
Think of water?
Yes.
That thing can't help you. I will see more. Betrayed allies will curse your name. Like the first Inquisition, you will bring blood and ruin and fear.
Unless you don't. You don't have to. None of this is real unless you let it be.
Get out, thing! I am learning!
I like how even the demon refers to Cole as a thing.
As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution. The Conari failed to seek.
What do you say to your crimes, heretic?
This is a farce. I demand justice.
Have it! Take her to the gallows! The people will turn against a despot demon.
I will clear their doubt. As herald, the lash will follow my word.
Where is the Herald? Let that tyrant charge me to my face.
Heresy against the Inquisition is the only charge we need.
I am a Grand Cleric of the Chantry.
You are a threat to the peace. The more of you in here, the better.
Notice that it's the one from that we met in Val Royeaux.
Baron, do you confess to conspiring against the Herald of Andraste?
I confess nothing. The Inquisition took my land and turned out my family.
Then your sons will be executed in the absence of a declaration of guilt.
What? They're just children.
It's dark, but it isn't real. Think of sparks. Keep going up. You're more you there than you are envy, and that tires it out.
Good. I think.
Hey, Colin.
One without water. I wish the Herald would tell me what she wants me to confess.
I haven't seen enough.
Enough of them, boy. Val Royeaux is burning. The Herald March is here next, bringing even more demons.
What's the point in attacking Orlais?
So you're curious. Shall I make use of that when I'm you?
You're letting the Herald see more to sketch her shapes, but what she sees makes her stronger.
Quiet!
Apparently I can go back.
You wish to be difficult? Then see the legacy of the Inquisition. Its followers hosts to demons, your world ashes. Show me what you do with them.
Or don't. It can't make you, not anymore. You're getting too strong.
Shut up, thing!
So yeah, this is when we learn about they're going to attack Orlais, and they're going to have the demon army. Now, we learned about this differently in the Mage quest.
Keep going up.
What then?
You're making it hard for Envy to think. It'll probably come out soon. It's angry, but that's okay. So are you.
I think we've escaped him.
What's the matter? Honorable Lay.
No!
Run!
Almost there. Keep going up.
They say the Herald summoned these demons after Celine was murdered.
An abomination. Why did no one realize?
So notice what it's doing here is that it's having the demons around, the demons here follow us as if they are our loyal army, attacking the people who are attacking us. Well, there was a ladder here. Also notice how there is now no longer... Oh, hold on. That there's no longer a waypoint for us to go. So let's go up here, I guess.
What are you doing?
Growing disbelief. The Herald leading nobles, shining men and women whose power chokes a country. The Inquisition rising larger than the Templars. Unbearable envy. What is the Lord Seeker compared to what the Herald will become? Seething, consumed with want. Dreaming, wanting, needing to wear the Herald of Andraste's face when next meeting the Elder One.
Almost there. Keep going up.
We're basically going back to where our body was before this happened to us. I was looking all over. I couldn't find the prison key. I didn't see it. And then it's like, yep, guess what? You're just moving on. So I don't know what was behind that door that said required prison key. I assumed there was a way to do that, but I don't know. So yeah, we're just back here, and hey, Cole's here.
Unfair! Unfair! That thing kept you whole, kept you from giving me your shape. What could you gain from being me?
What could you gain? What? Ah! We'll start again. More pain this time. The Elder One still comes.
It's frightened of you.
Get out of...
No, you get out.
The Lord Seeker!
No. An imposter.
That monster ensured we weren't prepared. I still don't know what we're up against.
Did anyone else see a young man appear beside me?
What young man?
Pale, strangely dressed, clearly Fade-touched.
I saw no one. The Lord Seeker was alone when you revealed his true nature.
I'm sorry. An envy demon replaced the Lord Seeker.
Envy? Then the Lord Seeker...
is caged or dead. Maker. It used the red lyrium to corrupt the Order, didn't it? I knew that miserable stuff was risky. They often give us new kinds of lyrium, our commanders. Some used the red stuff first to prove it was harmless. The Knights would have been next. That demon turned our leaders so we couldn't question when this started.
I can tell you firsthand it's a clever liar. Bring your best to stop it.
Our best. Templar, what is envy?
A coward, brother!
It studies, makes less mistakes, but most of all, it hides.
We need our veterans. Our commanders have turned, but the lieutenants may still be fighting. We'll hold the hall. You find the lieutenants and the uncorrupted lyrium stores. Bring them here, and I'll give you envy. Show those things no mercy.
Was he saying lieutenants? So anyways, this is now an interesting mechanic in this particular mission here. Notice the new thing that popped over here called Great Hall status. Maintain a hold on the Great Hall. The Templars will hold the Great Hall, but their strength will wane over time. Returning to help the Templars resecure the hall will restore their strength. If the Templars are overwhelmed, then the battle will be lost.
What's the plan, Sir Barris?
Envy's rare. Rank and file aren't trained for that. That's why it took us top down. But there's a few left who can handle it. Veterans. Bring them here. With them and enough normal lyrium, we can punch a hole in that barrier.
Sooner we get these guys back on their feet, sooner we can get them to close the breach.
We need Templars, but we do not need the Order. It is so filled with corruption. There is no saving it.
Glad to see Curly isn't the only Templar left who isn't crazy.
You're not mages. You need lyrium for this?
Templars deny magic, but envy demons are tough. Especially when they've had time to entrench themselves. The veterans can show us how to push. The lyrium will help. So when we break the enemy.
Break? You mean you could die?
A demon holds the honor of the Order. There isn't a man or woman here who will let that stand.
I need to understand how you could accept the use of corrupted lyrium.
We didn't know it was corrupted. The Lord Seeker only said it was better than Chantry lyrium.
That's it?
You have to understand. All magic is corruptible. All magic is dangerous, and yet all magic can serve. The red lyrium was just a tool. Or so we thought.
Huh. Yeah, I was gonna say, well, that sounds familiar, like how, we say that the dark side of the Force is just a tool. And, or blood magic is just a tool. That they're not evil themselves.
Envy claimed to serve the Elder One, just like your Knight Captain.
Maybe it's to do with the war with the mages, but... I don't know anymore. This is all above me. But bring me the tools, and I'll stand to the last.
When did the Lord Seeker start taking over?
I'm shamed, whatever I say. If he was fake at the start, we let a demon walk in. If he was genuine, Envy took the Lord Seeker from under our noses. Arrogant fools. All of us.
I hope you're right. I'll return.
So, we have to go find their lyrium and help them get 3 of their lieutenants who are veterans. And we will be doing that when we return. Stay tuned.